Well, hello, welcome. Not too long to go now before we see this endurance round kick off in the RaceOnOz series. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name's Josh from Demo 1, and the race will be live very shortly. And don't forget, if you want to see more eSports racing, motorsport content here on the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, like and follow so you don't miss a race. Next event after tonight should be the Thursday night Formula 2. I'd like to see you there for that one. And as well, don't forget we've got a podcast, Lights Out F1 podcast. All Formula 1 fans, please go check that out. Lights Out F1, check us out on Facebook. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, all your favourite podcast places. Google, unfortunately, they won't let us come. They won't let us join the party. We don't know why. We're trying it. But anyway, if you are into it, please check it out. New episode should be coming up this week. All the summer break action. So that's the Lights Out F1 podcast. Yes. Moments away now from the race here, and we'll be right with you. Hello, Prince. Good to have you along, buddy. Yayo was good, wasn't he, Prince? He's going into... I think he's going to race it next week. But yeah, Yayo did enjoy the time behind the mic. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of opportunities. We're going to have a lot of new guest speakers on the F2. So we'll get to meet a lot of the crew from the F2. Alrighty, well, hello and welcome to this RaceOnOz endurance race here. This is the round 5, the endurance round, and at the moment we're looking at the pit wall. And as you can see, it's Keaton 231 on top, Big Chopper Dog, Jono Stan and Viper Z. This is the end of the qualifying. They've got a minute and a half to go. Let's sit back and watch the action as it all unfolds. Keaton is on an absolutely flying lap here as he takes it up the mountain straight. I hope you all enjoy this one. Plenty of Bathurst action. Home circuit for me, of course. The only one in the game that's in Australia. But Keaton's on top. There's new times being set all the time. Brian F's gone second. So he's looking good. Alright, distance here at Bathurst, 6.213 kilometres. Conrod Straight is 1.916, almost 2 kilometres of straight. Height is 862 metres. And where is Keaton at the moment? It's coming down. It's coming down the Conrod Straight. Almost 2 kilometres of dead straight road before he hits the chase. We'll fly down. Times being put in all over the place. Keaton though looks good. This is Brian F. Can he take away first place at the moment? Keaton he sets a new quick time, 1:57. These boys are going to have a very hard time of beating that one. Let's see what Brian does as he hits the chase. He's only got Murray's corner to go. And he gets through there. He's just got to put the power down. Can he get the good time? Will he get the good time? Will he get first place? He puts a new time in. It's not quite quick enough, but that's still respectable. And qualifying is all but over. That's how things changed during the session. Groover there on the bottom. So this one is heating up to be a real exciting race here. Here we go, the race is all but ready to go. Bathurst lit, says Prince. Here it is. Here is your lineup. Here is the grid. Brian F. Looks like he did get the top spot because he's starting first. You can hear the engines all revving high. It's Brian and Keaton sharing the front row and they're underway. It's Keaton who with the inside line up towards Hell's Corner. He's going to be first into it and then it's going to be Brian. Look at these boys get around. Jono Stan's had a bit of an incident there. But it looks like everybody's gotten through. Where's Jono Stan? Ended up down in last place. So he's got some work ahead of him now as the field all come up towards. Climbing the hill. Great start there from everybody. Everybody hustling for positions. Norm up into fourth. Viper Z with some competition from behind. It's Razor. He tries to slot one down the inside of Viper Z. He's done a great job of that. Perfect manoeuvre from Razor, and he'll be really happy about that one. But Hatfield stuck in the corner there. Captain hits the wall on the inside, and he gets knocked back into the path of his teammate. Just behind Hatfield there. It's Risky and XL. Great start as they come across McPhillamy. Jono Stan here at the back of the pack. We'll be looking to improve on that one through this race. Hit up the S's and the dipper now. Towards the Forest Elbow. Jono Stan gets it all wrong and he's going to be overtaken. There was some movement down the middle field here with Viper Z. But you can see Razor, look how far he's gotten away from everybody after that. Great move he did up on the inside. There was nothing his competitors could do. Viper Z just holding his spot now between him and Hatfield. And then it's Captain Risky. Let's take a look at that replay with Razor. Look at this move up at the inside. Beautiful. Just tucked up in there. Pushed Viper Z well out of the way. He'll be happy with that one. Keaton leading the race. And he's got a considerable lead now. 2.1 seconds. And then it's Brian. And then Norm trying to hold off Big Chopper Dog. Down this long straight. Got to brake early here to carry the speed through. Norm seems to have nailed that procedure. And he's going to be holding that third place quite comfortably at the moment. But welcome along, everybody. We've got a very long race ahead of us tonight. As everyone comes up through Reed Park, Solomon Park, through the skyline, and then to McPhillamy. Norm needs to get this right. Chopper Dog. And there's Razor. Had that wonderful move we just saw on the replay. Then it's Viper Z. Then it's Hatfield. He leads a pack of cars. Angrily chasing him now. Into the S's. Look at this. Captain Risky. Jono Stan looking for a way through. It's a retro round as well. So if you've noticed some of these retro looking cars, that's where it's all come from. Retro round here for round 5. Look out the back of Hatfield. Captain Risky. Down Conrod they come. Captain Risky in that slipstream. Is he going to chuck it up the inside? Can't see him appearing just yet. Oh, he's slotted back in behind. Under braking now through the chase. Ooh, Jono Stan. Jono Stan's had a bit of an issue. And he's rejoined. And that looked a little bit ugly. Get you a replay. Watch Jono. Watch him. Braking. Was he touched? I don't think he was. Then he cuts right across here. Across the chase. He gets back into ninth, so he didn't gain anything from it. But it's still Keaton out in front. And 4 seconds the lead. He's absolutely flying. Let's take a look at the race start. There's Keaton. Waiting for the lights. Great getaway from Keaton there. There was nothing anyone could do. And from the start, look at this. He was just flying. That's the view out of Keaton's car now live. There's not much in behind as we hit lap 3. He looks to be the favourite to win. So let's have a look through the field now. Brian F being controlling second spot from Norm. Norm doing everything he can here to try and catch up to the back end. Apologies there. But Keaton does lead the championship with a good stack of points. Over 100 points. Chopper Dog if he can take this 4th spot today, he'll be very happy with that as well. He's currently sitting 8th. There you can see with 37 points. But it's been a clean start here. It's a long way to go. A very long way to go. Norm thought he might try something coming up, but he didn't. He just sits in behind Brian at the moment. He just wants to sit there, play it safe. It's going to be his best opportunity. He's to come up through the cutting. It's not really an opportune spot for an overtake. We did see it happen earlier. Norm, though, doing a great job of controlling the pace. Just keeping up with his competitor, Brian F. This is going to be his opportunity to get second at the moment. Keaton, though, is so far out in front, they're going to find it very hard if they let him continue with that pace. Keaton, just a different level. Oh, a bit of a back-end spin. Norm seems to have it under control. Chopper Dog out in 5th right now, and he's chasing down the likes of Razor, who got himself up there with a beautiful move we saw before. And then it's Viper Z in 6th position. And then there's a little battle here for 7th going on between Hatfield Risky and Jono Stan. On board with Jono Stan in the 9th position as he follows the trainer cars coming down Conrod. Into the chase, Hatfield takes an inside line, trying to block a run for Risky. Might possibly think to do that. But he didn't. He kept it there. Into Hell's Corner there. Hatfield and Risky, they all close up now as they come down the front straight to Murray's. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Super close from Jono. He's looking really good under brakes there. Really confident. 2nd and 3rd, though, is heating up. Steve Williams, go Jono. Thank you for watching, Steve. And welcome. Brian F. They're holding off Norm still. There's a few battles actually going through the field. Captain Risky still holding off his 9th place competitor, Jono. So we'll give you an update when that all starts to heat up again. But Brian here is doing a great job. I think Norm was pushed into a slight mistake. We saw him just touch the wall, maybe a little bit. Oh, Jono, what's happened? What has happened across the top? Jono has come out into 8th position as we switch to him. Let's see if we can't get a replay for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look. Let's see what happened. Captain Risky was in 8th position. What happened? Oh, he went out wide at McPhillamy, and underneath goes Jono, and up into 8th. Great manoeuvre. And there he is in 8th position as we go back to live pictures. And he is now chasing down Hatfield in that 7th position. That wonderful retro livery there. Hatfield is running for the Selby team. Jono Stan considers himself somewhat of an alien, I would imagine, on the side of that car. Let's see if he can put in the alien times. He needs to get the good. Thought he was going to chuck one down the inside there. Oh, he didn't. Captain Risky under a bit of pressure. Captain Risky dropping back a little bit further there. Ooh, 2nd and 3rd is heating up. Norm around the inside, and a good move from Norm. He gets Brian F. right here on the 6th lap. Just inside of Griffin's Bend. It's not a normal spot, but, you know, a very well-timed position. That's what he's done. Let's have a look at it. So we got it all moved in. Looks like he had that one all lined up fairly early on. So this was Brian, and then Norm just slots it in to the inside. Beautiful stuff from Norm. And there it was. The position taken away. And there he is in second. And he's chasing down Keaton, who is 8.7 seconds ahead of the field. He's a long way out in front here on lap 6, but there's a long way to go in this endurance race. And if you are new here, welcome along. My name's Josh. I'm the commentator for the RaceOnOz series here tonight. Round 5, the endurance race here at Bathurst. And what a show we've got for you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you are new, so don't miss a race. We've got plenty more races through the week. Plenty more different categories as well. We've got F2, F1, GT racing, and of course the RaceOnOz boys as well. CME Racing's here. Welcome. Good to have you along, buddy. So there's Keaton. There's his lead, 8.7. Big lead. So we're all battling out. And then it was a great move from Jono Stan. Looks like he's back under the pump here. Sinstar 7 up the razor with the purple love hearts. Welcome, Sinstar. Welcome along to the stream. Stan gets a little bit sideways. Hatfield will be feeling the pressure now from behind as that pack is now slowly closing in on him. Lap 7 here. We could see a vastly different array of strategies throughout tonight, so keep a keen eye on that. We will have the pit wall operating. If you want to have a look what the pit wall is, let's introduce you to the pit wall. This is the pit wall. So we can catch as much action as possible on track. And then we can see Brian on the right-hand side and Jono on the left chasing down Hatfield. So if there's more than... So we can keep an eye on as many things as possible tonight, we will be utilising this. But there's some great action happening on the main camera with the midfield pack. Look at this. They're all just concertined up together now like a train. Down Conrad. Captain Risky's giving him a little bit of a lab tap, push and a bump draft. They're going to work together here to catch the field up. Viper Zed's leading this one in 6th. This is the battle for 6th here, and it goes all the way back to 10th. Oh, no! Oh, no, a huge incident at the bottom of the chase. And we've lost a few cars. We've lost Hatfield and Jono Stan there. Captain Risky also involved. Huge incident. Hatfield recovers. Jono Stan then recovers. We will have to, let's have a look at that. We're going to have to analyse that, I think. That was so wild. So Hatfield was involved in that. See if we can't see what happened. Oh, Jono Stan. Looks like Jono was nudged. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Closely follow Jono here. Looks like he might have been touched from Risky, which might have set it all off. So huge incident at the bottom of the chase here. Oh, I think he might have been. And then he's just collected Viper Zed and Hatfield. Captain Risky as well. Oh, it was a huge incident. An absolutely huge incident. And they're so far off the rest of the field. Let's see. We're on board with Captain. Did he touch him? No, he didn't. Didn't seem to. And look at all that just unfold in front of him. Oh, that's how he got involved in it. He just didn't quite avoid it. Huge incident at the bottom of the chase. Now let's give you an update on the race. This is Keaton. We're back to the live pictures. Keaton down in first. And then it's Norm in second with Brian F there in third here on lap 9. And then Chopper Dog and Razor. This is a good battle now that's forming between 4th and 5th. So Sinstar, we'll keep an eye on that one for you. Definitely. XL now occupies 6th after coming out after that big incident we saw at the chase. Took out 4 cars. They've all recovered, but they've lost so much time here. They're going to have to adapt and probably try and overcome something. And then it was Viper Z in 7th. Hatfield's got 8th. He recovered the quickest. Jono Stan, who we think just was on the brakes too late. I'm not sure. That's sort of what seemed to set it off. And Captain Risky was behind it all, but as they all returned to the track, he just got collected. And then it's Groover down in 11th. He's 19 seconds off the back of Captain Risky in the like, so he's a fair way off. But Jono's been involved in a few incidences tonight. Let's take a look at the race start. This is the start with Jono. So have a look. Who's behind him? It's Norm. And Viper Z. Oh, he just got nudged wide. Wasn't really anything he could do about that. And he got absolutely eaten up by the field by the end of the first turn. But there he is in 9th. He's been involved in a few tonight. We'll be hoping he's seen them all and got them all out of the way early as he runs 9th. This is the battle that's everyone's wanting to see. It's Chopper Dog and Razor. They look to be heating it up as they catch the field in front of them, consisting of Brian and Norm. On board with Razor. Let's take a lap with him through the mountain. Up to Griffin they come. Into the cutting. Then up towards Reed and Solomon Park before they hit the skyline. Solomon, the skyline. Seth Hill on Facebook says, hello, I'm a Swedish backpacker. Well, hello, Seth. Tyson Scully, hello and welcome on Facebook. Let us know if the Facebook stream is looking good. If you have any issues with it, please let me know. Seth and Tyson. And this, down Conrod, almost 2 kilometres of dead straight road for these guys to just max out these Group 3 Beetles. As you can see, hitting the red line almost there, braking at the 100, 150 marker. She's banging. Awesome, Seth, thank you. Oh, a little bit wide from Razor. He keeps it under control though, and you can see he's still got second in sight. So these guys, they're all ready to roll. Better than anything Foxtel does. Well, thank you very much. Well, I'm only a one-man show here, so thank you. I do my best. But a great race here. Endurance race tonight. 11 of 52. So we're about a fifth of the way. We get to see a first pit stop here as the race continues with Norm still holding that second position off Bryant. But, yeah, Norm, how did he get up in the second? As we go back, watch the replay of the start. He was sitting in about 6th or 7th. Where is he there? He's in 5th. Had a good start. Chopper Dog just in front of him. So this was the start of this race here. So they all turned in. He hit Jono Stan out wide. Unintentional. That was the first of his problems tonight. and then he was 4th down the straight. Where was he by the end of the Griffin's Bend? As the field followed him up. Keaton well out in front, absolutely flogging it. Way ahead at the moment. And by about lap 7 or 8, he had an 8-second lead. So he was gaining a second a lap. Oh, we had an issue there for... that was Hatfield, he ran wide. But yeah, Norm was sitting 5th and 4th. And look at him now, he's in 2nd. He'll be super pleased with his performance so far. Brian was trying to hold him off earlier on, but he succumbed to Norm's just great overtaking skills. It was a textbook move, clean as. Oh, bit of issue there for Razor. He holds it though. Let's go back and I'll show you that for those who've just joined us. We had a big incident at the chase early on. We'll have to go back and check that out. Jono Stan was involved. This is it here. We're on board with Jono. Yeah, I think he just missed his braking marker, cut across the track. Cars flying everywhere as they come back on. That's Captain Risky. And Captain Risky's been knocked off. And that's where it all started for Jono. He just could not recover from that. You can see Hatfield got by, Viper Z got by. Very slow recovery. Back to the live action here. It's Razor in 5th. Ooh, Chopper Dog. Chopper Dog's really pressuring Brian. Strategy, that's the next big call. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what tyres they're on. We have to wait and see until we see an updated graphic when they hit the pits for the first time. So we are 5th of the way through this race. Oh, Brian on the grip's edge there across McPhillamy. So was Chopper before the dipper there through the S's. These guys must be on the ragged edge of grip right now. So I would expect possibly some pit stops soon. Through the elbow. They all seem to get a really good run out of there. Chopper Dog chasing down this man, Bryant. But Jono at the moment, he's still down in there in 9th position, trying to fight off Hatfield in 8th. So when we get an update from that, we'll let you know. And there's your current driver standings across the bottom of your screen. You will see Keaton leading the championship. So, Motors there with 13. And then it's Keaton, 107. Great run last week. Jono's got 58. Takes him to 2nd spot. Excel's got 47. Hatfield's got 44. So he takes 4th. And Viper Z's also got 44, but 5th for him. 6th for Razor with 39. And then it's equal with SS Man. And then 8th is Chopper Dog with 37. So some really tight points margins here in this championship. So every race counts. Razor's doing his best here. He's just holding on the back of this little tail. And he can see 2nd, not too far off into the distance. So he'll be licking his lips at a possibility of a podium if he can just stay out of trouble. Keep it clean. Just keep up the pace with these guys. Ooh, Chopper Dog there. Always runs wide at McPhillamy. So 1:59 last lap there from Brian F. And this is him chasing down Norm in 2nd, who started 5th. Through the elbow on the power early, that's what you want. And Chopper Dog, he's not close enough to really get too much of benefit from that slipstream. The draft effect can be quite a big one in this game, GT Sport. But I think Brian F will max out. He will before Chopper Dog can really make a dent in that gap. Into the chase. Who's quicker through there? They all look pretty equal at the moment. And that's probably why they're sitting so equally distanced apart. About 5 to 6 tenths the gap between each of them. But look at this man, Keaton. 13 seconds the lead. He's flogging it out in front. No one's going to be able to match this man's pace. What kind of lap times is he doing at the moment? 1:58.4. That is a quick time around the mountain. And retro round here for the Race on Oz lads. So you might notice the retro liveries that some of them will be wearing. Keaton's got a very simple retro livery. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to see more eSports and motor racing, please don't forget to like and subscribe. No matter where you are, we're on Fox, not Foxtel. I was just reading that message you sent me before, Seth. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch every time we go live, so you can catch us on your favourite platform. And it's always live and free. Oh, Chopper Dog again, McPhillum. He really runs it wide through there. I don't know what the reasoning is for that. It's very, very interesting because he always puts himself on the ragged edge every lap. Let's have a look through the field as they all come down the dipper. There's XL into the Forest Elbow. Viper Z not too far behind. He was in a good position early on too, but he was taking out that big chase incident we saw. Jono Stan getting around as well in 8th, and then it's Hatfield in 9th. He hasn't been able to make any leadway either on Jono's pace. See what kind of times Hatfields are doing. 1:59.3, still very respectable. And then it's Captain Risky. He got taken out by all the cars recovering in front. He wasn't even involved. It was sort of a victim afterwards. First cars are in, Chopper Dog's in. And then it's Groover. So there's Chopper Dog coming into the pits. And we've got a few of them actually. So it's getting very busy in the pit lane. Chopper Dog's in there. So's Jono Stan. Keaton still out on the racetrack. Viper Z up into 3rd. Then it's Brian F. Hatfield will now take 4th position. Then it's Captain Risky. And out comes Chopper Dog. And he's going to be 8th spot. And then looks like Norm and Razor are still battling. This could get very, very interesting very quickly. Let's keep a close eye on these two with Razor and Norm. Putting on a good show for us here as they go through Griffin. Climbing the mountain again on lap 15. Heavy on the brakes. Ooh, you got to be careful here. There's sort of a little slight bump as well. You got to short shift sometimes to get through it. Flat through here. I think Razor had a better line because you can see he's sort of disappearing now. Through the skyline to McPhillamy. This is where we always see Chopper Dog really wide. Thought Razor would do the same thing. Soft tyres, they were all on, remember? And they all had to get fuel as well. Keaton has gone around for another lap, so he will not take any tyres or fuel this stop, which is interesting. It doesn't look like no one's been able to catch up Razor much here. Chopper Dog is there. It looks like he's just a little bit too far away. We should see some of these other guys now come in. Viper Z's gone through again, so it looks like maybe a change of strategy on the fly for him. He was one of the cars involved. Hatfield as well. I'm happy to take 4th for now. Captain Risky has moved up to 5th, yet still needs to take a pit stop. But this is the battle for 6th. Blue flags. No, don't know what that's about. Razor comes in to turn 1. A little bit sideways. It's not going to be the most quickest way around there, but let's see what he can do down the mountain straight. Norm in tow. Norm, is he going to chuck it down the inside into Griffin? No. Who carries more speed through? Looks like Norm did a really good job there. So Norm was just grinding away here at the back end of Razor's car. In the tailpipes, Filling up Razor's rear vision mirror. Trying to pressurise him into a mistake. And that's really easy to do here on this track. There's not a lot of room for errors. And you don't get a lot of recovery. There's not a lot of room. Like I said, room for error. You make one mistake, you're in the wall. If you're off at McPhillamy, you're in the sand trap. You've lost all your speed. If you don't get the turn out of elbow, you don't get the top end down Conrod into the chase. Razor's so quick across the top though. He's grown that gap. Over a second now. Down the elbow. And on to Conrod. Let's see if he can keep. It was 1.2, 1.1. I think Norm's a little bit quicker out of there. He is. Look at that. He's dropping it down. The slipstream would be helping him. It's not going to be close enough to show a nose before we hit the chase, though. But we have some fantastic action lined up for you tonight. This endurance round, it's all about concentration tonight. Captain Risky's in. Let's check him out. Let's see how much he feels up to. He was on the soft tire to start with, which seems to be what everyone's taken. Fair enough. He's got the new boots on and the fuel. Fuel is the interesting part. Where did he go to? 11%. Is that a mistake? He's out in front of XL though. I don't know if that was 11% fuel. How far is that going to get him? Well, they almost used 100% in, let's say, 17 laps. So 10%. He's only going to get 2 or 3 laps out of that. Oh, Captain. What was the mistake there? Cancel my refueling. Yeah, Captain Risky has put it into the chat. He didn't mean to do that. He didn't mean to do that. And that's going to really, really wreck his race. I think that's where Captain was in the chat letting us know what was happening. That's why he was down the inside. And XL takes 8th. Oh, and Jono 9th. Oh, we've lost him. We've lost Captain. He's obviously doesn't think he can recover from that because he's left the building. He's asking for a red flag. Not sure what the red flag would be for, but Keaton, masterclass of driving. 1:58.6. I don't know how he's putting these times down so consistently. He gets at least a second a lap. That's why he's got such a massive margin on the cars behind him. Brian F in second. He's by himself now, the Pagnian driver. As Viper said, we're still waiting to see him go into the pits as well. Viper said's trying to capitalise on that long stint run. Could have been his move all along from the beginning. We don't know. So yeah, Risky's out. He's ending his race here tonight, here early on lap 18. Cancelled his refueling. We saw it happen. And that's why it was so odd to see, because like I said, he'd only get 2 to 3 laps out of that and he'd have to be back in the pits again. And he thinks he's going to lose too much time, so they've retired the car for the evening. There's a good race happening here between Razor and Norm, though. Oh, Norm. I think Norm was into the side wall then. This was just moments ago. Oh, look at that. Scraping off the front wings. And the leader is in the pits. The leader is in the pits. He's got a long, long way before anyone catches him up. There's Brian. Well, Brian will take first place as he goes around. Keaton will take fuel. Let's watch the fuel. Brian now in first place. Keaton dropping through the field. Hatfield's come in as well. He's taken full fuel. And looks like it more soft tyres. Wheelie come out third. 5%. It's going to be a drag race between the two. 5%. or Keaton. 5% or Keaton. 5%. We saw someone hit the grass there, but Keaton has won that one. This is where it'll happen. Keaton had come out of the pits. It was 5% up into second, then Keaton into third. Oh, 5% was the one that touched the outside of the track, and I think that's just compromised him enough for Keaton to get the run on him. And then he's taken second up into Griffin. Great race unfolding, but now Keaton can just work on the clean air in front and catch Brian up, and hopefully not be held up for too long. 5% almost tasted second there in front. He could have held up Keaton there. That would have been helpful to the rest of the field, including himself. He just wasn't able to make it stick. Here's Razor in fourth, and he's doing a fantastic job of holding that one. He's controlling the pace in fourth, and he'll likely take third once Viper hits the pits. And Norm will do the same. He'll move up one to fourth. But as you can see, he's just not matching the times of Razor who's in front of him here. Razor seems to be doing it a little bit quickly. And Chopper Dog a little bit wild into the dipper. Lukey does like the stream. Thank you, Lukey. And thank you for watching, brother. Be like Lukey. I like the stream too, everyone. Thank you very much. Yes, Brian is in the pits now. So Brian's going to lose his first spot. And that means this man, Keaton, will take the lead. There's confirmation of the lead change. Keaton now first. And Viper Z has also gone in. So that means Razor will move up. This is going to be interesting between him and Razor. Brian F and Razor. There's Brian F. Where's Razor? Razor's just coming across the start-finish line now. This could be really close. Brian's taking a lot of fuel. Razor's up into turn one. Yes, I think even Norm will take third. He will. We've lost Jono Stan there. Not what happened. I'm not sure what happened with Jono leaving. But here we go. We got Keaton, Razor, and Norm, and now Chopper Dog. Everything has changed. Brian has come out into fifth position. And now the pack has all... There he is. You can just see Brian entering the back of your frame. And this means we have a race that's just about to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is about to fall back into pack. Everybody's about to fall back in together. Cruise maybe. Hello, welcome on Twitch. How are you going? You've just joined us here at a very pivotal point of this motor race. Getting close to halfway now, and we've had all the pit stops done and dusted. So we should see the next load of pit stops mid to late 30s, early 40s, and then on to the end. Unless someone's going for a long run, but it seems the soft tyres last just as long as the fuel here. So why not? Why take tyres that last longer? You're not really going to save a lot of time because you're going to have to refuel anyway. So it could come down to fuel conservation here, if anyone's doing that. Sorry about the sound dropouts, not sure what's happening there. Cruise maybe has asked us on Twitch, does Gran Turismo deserve more viewers? I think they're doing a pretty good job of attracting new viewers to the scene. I think they've done enough to deserve more, possibly, yeah. Gran Turismo is one of those games where this has been obviously not the normal formula for a Gran Turismo game. Where my first Gran Turismo I ever played was the first one on the PlayStation 1. And it was a single player experience. You did up your cars, you raced against the computer, you tried to beat the times that your friends probably set next to you sitting on another controller. And that was the formula that they used for a long, long time. And then Gran Turismo Sport comes along. It's in the world of online entertainment, eSports and such. And they've sort of tried to take the iRacing model and take it to a console. And I don't know. I think they've done a really good job with it. They've supported it now for 2 years. The support doesn't seem to be ending. We get more tracks. They're finally adding wet weather to the game. I think it all just comes down to personal taste at the end of the day. Well, Jono routed did a full reset, so that's why you were out. Cruz maybe. Yes, it might be a minimal field now because we've lost a couple now to retirements and one with connection issues. But these RaceOnOz boys, even with the small fields sometimes, they always put on a good race. And the ending is never set in stone. We have been watching third place now for a while. But it's been Razor who set the bar. And everyone needs to catch up to him. He's doing exactly the same lap times I think Keaton's doing. What's Keaton done like? Keaton's just done a 1:59. So Razor's actually lapped quicker. And I think he's actually put in time on Keaton's interval there. It was about 20 seconds. It's now down to 15. So keep a close eye on that one. Is Razor going to be the one to close Keaton down? There could have been some fuel conservation going on between some of the early drivers early on. Not too sure about that. But it's going to be one of the ways I think someone's going to win this. So Jono on Facebook, wasted by inept driving as usual. Jono, I want to show you the replay of the big crash that happened with you early on. Just got to find someone that was involved with the incident because a few of them are gone now. Viper Z was. Here we go. This was a big crash I think we saw down on the end of the chase. Into the chase early on. So Jono, I think you were sitting. Can't pick you for some reason, but you can see Jono, and there he is in 8th. Oh! Captain was behind you, Jono, but he never actually touched you, interestingly. So there's Viper Z now, as this is back to the live pictures. He's sitting there in 7th. Unfortunately, I can't pick the cars that have left. I don't know why. See, Jono goes bang, bang, bang. And as they come across, they pick up Captain Risky, all for it. And XL did a really good job of getting a lot of positions out of that. Yeah, just one of those things. Big accident there at the chase we saw early on, and it's ruined some nights, I think. The gap between first and second, still 15 seconds. So it doesn't look like Razor's been able to dig into that any further. Chopper Dog's there in 4th. As you can see, the gap 15.5. It's sort of hovering about that 15.4 mark right now. It hasn't grown and it hasn't dropped. Looks like Groove is about to get lapped here. Let's see how he manages this here. On the elbow, down on the conrod. Should be an easy move for him to get out of the way. Or is he just going to pump it down the straight? Just going to pull along Razor here. He gets out of the way. Razor gets through. There's some traffic coming. Still, Groove has got a hard task ahead of him now, as most of the field is about to catch him up. So now there's a car in between Norm and Razor. Is Groove going to hold him up too much? The blue flags are out. We saw them waving. Let's just see how he navigates this. Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be hard? Into the last corner. Oh, whoa, whoa, he's gone well wide. So yeah, Groover got well out of the way then. That's one way to do it. There's Hatfield in 8th. There's Viper Z in 7th. There's XL in 6th. He was sitting a little way off the field earlier on. And after that big accident, he sort of gained a few positions out of it. And there's Brian F in 5th. He's one of the ones I think who could finish on the podium tonight. Not sure at the moment though. But different strategies. Could mean anything could happen. And this is our leader, Keaton 231. He's just flying away with this one. The gap has dropped now to 14. We're just about to hit halfway. So there's still, he put in those quick times early on, I think, to give him a buffer here. Now it's all up to Razor. Thanks again, everyone that has joined me tonight. And thanks to the likes as well, the new subscriptions. Your support is always appreciated. As always, live and free here on Demo 1. Lots of esports coming up. Everyone's favourite, the F2, is on Thursday night, so don't forget to join us for that one, 8:30 p.m. And Cruz maybe has followed us on Twitch. Thank you for following, Cruz. Maybe I'll give you a good stream. Maybe I will. I'll do my best. We are waiting now for this one to all heat up. As the likes of Razor, Norm and Chopper Dog, their all strategies are now culminating into one. The stints now getting long. Everything now sort of compounding together again as they all catch back up to one another. And it looks like these three, the battle for the podium spots and the second spot, is about to get very interesting. Ooh, Norm. He doesn't need to be making those sort of mistakes, though, because that means Chopper Dog's going to get closer and Razor's just going to get further and further away. And they do not need that at this point. Ooh, very wide at McPhillamy. I thought there was going to be a mistake there for Chopper Dog. He's doing that lap after lap, and I don't know why he's risking it. He must be getting the time out of it or something. A little bit of understeering at the elbow there. But you can just see he was a little bit late on the accelerator, and that's just given Norm a huge buffer down this straight. The Conrod Straight, almost 2 kilometres, exactly the length. So it's a long, long way. There's a lot of time to be gained if you can get on the power early there at the elbow. I don't think Chopper Dog quite did that this lap. Not sure what his grip levels are looking like at the moment. They shouldn't be too bad, as they should be at probably halfway through their stints right now, most of them. So we should see the next lot coming in. I'd say lap 34, 35, maybe even up to lap 40. So keep an eye out at that. That's your pit window the next time. And it really depends how long they can stretch their runs here. It's all going to come down to fuel in the end. I think the tyres last long enough, but it's the fuel that's going to get them. So there you can see the fuel at the moment is under halfway, and his tyres, they're going to last a long, long time. So They could really go into the pits, just fuel and not take tyres. That would save some time, but it wouldn't really, because the fueling takes just as long. So you might as well get yourself a new set of tyres. Oh, that wasn't good for Chopper then. Watch this. This was Chopper just a moment ago as he was coming through the S's. Oh, he done a really good job before the dipper there to control that. Got that Selby Beetle under control. Down the Conrod he goes, chasing Norm. Race update. As we've hit halfway, it's Keaton in the lead of this one. 15 seconds of the lead over this man, Razor, who's coming into the pits. So he's run out of fuel. That means Norm will take second. And this is your pit wall, where you can keep an eye on everything happening on track and off track at the same time. Put 2 images of Norm there, we don't need that. Chopper Dog's there in second. And then Brian F there in fourth, he's coming through. Excel's taken 5th position. Then Hatfield in 6th. He's coming out in front of Razor here. We're on board with Viper Z on the left-hand side. And on the right, we're watching Razor here. There's a battle happening. Oh, big mistake from Razor. He's run wide. And that means Viper Z's gotten around him. Oh, another mistake. That's Groover letting the field through. Thought we had another casualty. But Razor has let Viper Z through. He needs to be in front. Battle rages on down through the dipper, up to the elbow now. This is where Razor needs a good run. Can he get the good run he needs? Oh, it sounded like they were almost on the power at exactly the same time. That means the gap's not really going to close. It's just over a second. And Viper Z, he's not really catching 6th place Hatfield. Into the chase. Razor's going to close them up. Razor's really quick through here. He's also really quick across the mountain. Now Viper Z might be going into the pits this lap. Let's have a look. No, he's not. He's going to continue on. So Razor is losing time the longer he stays behind this pack of cars here. He really needed to get out ahead of Viper Z. The chase is on, but I don't know if he's going to do it. Now this should be the incident, I think, where Viper Z got the move. Oh no, that's another incident, Viper Z. Viper Z made an incident there and Hatfield got around him. That was lap 26. Oh, Razor doing a chopper dog up across McPhillamy. This is where Razor's race could change. This is when Viper Z got in front of him. Can Viper Z catch up to Hatfield now? It could happen. They do need to pit, but Razor could have saved himself a lot of time, but getting in front of him here. Norm has taken to the pits. So is Chopper Dog. So the second and third are in. Could see Viper Z and Hatfield do the same this lap. It's all going to really depend on their fuel levels. There's Norm. Get some new rubber. Hatfield and Viper Z. They're going through. Obviously, Razor doesn't need to. This is going to be a race to the exit. Who's going to be at that pit exit when Hatfield gets there? Will it be anyone? No one yet. They've cleared that easily. Looks like Norm is just a little ways off. There's Norm now. As he comes out in 6th position, Razor just ahead of him. So Norm needs to put down some quick laps here. And if he can, clear that field in front. This is where it's at though. Where's Brian F? Brian F is in 2nd. And he's 13 seconds up the road from Hatfield and Viper Z here. So Brian on an alternate strategy at the moment. Hatfield controlling the podium position. And there's the lovely GT Sport bug. I haven't seen this one for a while. No wheels on Hatfield's car. Just a floating Beetle. It's not like that on the other capture card we got here, but on this one, no wheels. No wheels. It's a great bug. You get to see all the detail though of the brake calipers and everything, all the internals there of the wheel going on. It's a weird bug. And that has not been fixed for at least 12 months, even longer. There's Viper Z in 4th. We're expecting these guys to come in soon. But getting in front of Razor there has really ruined Razor's chances for probably getting a high place finish. We'll have to see what happens once all the pit stops rotate through. Because we're in the middle of round 2 of them now. Norm's not too far off. Norm's going to catch these guys really quick too. Norm's quick. Norm is quick. Here's your current driver standings for the championship at the moment. CME equipped with Stark Maglev technology. Yeah, I think he is. The floating car there of Hatfield. Wouldn't it be good? That'd be no friction. That'd be the end of tyre strategies though, if that happened. We wouldn't have hard, medium or soft compound. Thought Viper Z was catching Hatfield then, but he isn't. I think Razor's made a bit of a leeway into that. But the one to look out for is this man Norm, as he powers across the top of the mountain now. Going up into Skyline. Through McPhillamy and into the S's, down into the Dipper. And down the hill once more. Keeps the car relatively under control. Races towards the elbow. Using all of the track available is Norm. Needs to get a good exit here, and he will. So Jono's out of this one, and he's currently 2nd in the driver standings. There's Viper Z, he's 5th in the championship overall. There's Razor in 6th. So these guys are fighting for championship standing today. Is Razor going to take the inside line here? There could be. Is Viper Z going into the pits? He's not. Just a move out of nowhere. Viper Z has let Razor through. Not sure that was on purpose. Let's have a quick look. Viper Z. Oh, he just got it all wrong out of the chase, didn't he? And there it was. Razor was there to strike. Great move. And now the race, the battle is on once again. Who's got the speed across the top of the mountain? This battle is all heating up between Razor and Viper Z. This is for bragging rights in the championship. And yeah, Razor's really good into Griffin's Bend. He breaks a little early, carries the speed through the apex there. And he doesn't let the car get carried out wide from the off-camber corner. Keeps it under control. And Viper's Head chasing him down. Razor's got to drive this car like he stole it now. He needs to build the gap. Just floor it. Treat it like a rental. That'll be his best opportunity, I think, of bridging that gap and creating a nice buffer zone between him and Viper's Head there in 5th, who has finally been pressured into a mistake. And Razor is now up 1 into 4th. Cruise Maybe asks, what is my favourite car in Gran Turismo Sport? Well, that's an easy one for me. It would have to be the Ferrari 458. Probably the Group 3, though the Group 4 is nice. I've driven that car a lot, put a lot of time into that car. Probably like 6 or 7 manufacturers series now straight with them. It's just my favorite car. Ooh! We just saw we saw another mistake creep in for Viper's Head then. Let's have a look. Coming around the last corner, runs wide. He did really well to hold that. There was a barricade there that would have stopped him too, but would have put on a ton of opposite lock, and he's just corrected it at the right moment. 32 of 52 here, the endurance race at the moment. This is a battle of concentration and fitness. You wouldn't think it, but I can almost guarantee anyone that is sitting here behind their PlayStation TV screen with a wheel in front of them, they're probably sweating like crazy. It's just one of those things, and Bathurst is one of those tracks. Viper's Head needs to just keep it under control right now. We've seen a few mistakes creep in, and Norm has caught him up now. So it's not going to be long before Norm is making a move. Here we go. Norm is lining it up. Look at that slipstream. It's working beautifully. He's down up in the inside. Viper's Head still just got a nose ahead. It changes to 6th as Norm's got 5th into the chase, into the braking zone. Will Viper's Head reply? There's not much he can do. The position is lost and Norm disappears. And that's how you do it. That is how you do it down Conrod. And Viper's Head moves down 1 more into 6th. He was 4th. Let's give you a Daniel Spence. Pingers. I don't know what that was in reply to there, Daniel, but sick. That was on Facebook, if you're wondering who I was talking to there, ladies and gentlemen. Keaton, look at this man. 32 seconds the lead. Huge gap. No competition anywhere. And I think he's going to be favourite to win here. It'd be silly to bet against him. Even if he had a big coming off or a mistake or went wide somewhere, he's got so much time up his sleeve that he could recover very easily. One thing that could ruin his race, though, is hitting no on the refueling. We have seen that happen to... It wasn't Jono. I think it was... I can't remember who it was now. Was it Captain Risky? It was one of them. And this is Bryant. He's looking to get some good points today too. Hatfield's got 3rd. And he's got the maglev technology For whatever reason, it's all glitched out and he's got no wheels. But rest assured, he's seeing them. And then it's Razor in fourth. He's got a bit of competition just behind him. And their names are Norm and Viper. Viper Z got picked up from Norm. Norm really quickly has done a good job to catch the rest of the field up. Norm trying to be later on the brakes. Just couldn't do anything about it. But Norm will have his crosshairs firmly set on that red car in front. Razor is his name. And he'll be looking to take that position away from him very shortly. Whether or not he'll do it, I don't know. He's trying though. You can hear that he's trying. You can hear the screech of those wheels as he asks every inch of grip available. He is utilising it all here. Across the top of the mountain. Razor's quick across here, and I think Norm is pretty quick as well. Just looking, eyeballing it. It looks like he might be getting closer. Let's have a look at the intervals. It's 9/10. Razor a little bit sideways through the dipper. Oh, Norm is so quick there. This is a really good lap from Norm. And Razor is now under the pump. Norm is in his exhaust fumes, and he wants to get out of them. He's going to have the slipstream down Conrod. Is he close enough to make a move here? Will Razor defend it? Our answers very shortly. Before we get to the chase, definitely. Here we go. Razor and Norm. It's going to be a 2-on-2 battle, a drag race. Who's late on the brakes? A bit of a tap. Razor does still make the corner, though. Oh, very, very fine margins there between them two. Norm right on the limit. Razor goes past the pit entry. So does Norm. We can see third place Hatfield now. We can just see him. We just saw him going across the start-finish line as these guys are entering into the last corner. Here we go. Up into turn one. No, Razor still has the lead. Norm holding it off. There should be a drag race up to Griffin's Bend. Here we go. This is getting very exciting between these two. It's red versus green. Razor versus Norm. Razor, he's trying to block the run. He's trying to make the Volkswagen wide. Norm, though, is going to see a nose up the inside into Griffin's Bend. This could run Razor wide as the... Oh, no, Norm. Oh, he's just controlled it. And Viper's Ed's made a similar error down in behind. He saw it all going on and he got so excited. This was what happened. Norm had the move. He had the move. But he's hit the grass on the inside, I think. He's hit that high curb, possibly. Yeah, he did. The curb just disappeared and it was all grass. And he did such a good job to control it. And Viper's Ed looks like he came in way too quick. He was too busy watching it. Stormin' Norm's coming through from CME. He's definitely Stormin' Norm. I like that name, CME. I'm going to call him that from now on. Stormin' Norm. Let's see what Stormin' Norm can do from here. That was very, very entertaining. I think we're about to get round two. Here we go, round two from the pit wall. What can he do? What can he do? What can he do? He's getting close. He's getting close. A move is on. And he takes it just at the last moment. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Replay on your right, live on your left. That was the move that Norm made to get the position. Great stuff. And Razor's reign in fourth is over. And there it is. Confirmation. I think Stormin' Norm is absolutely powering through. And he's saying goodbye. Because I don't think Razor can keep up. It was a 1:59 from Norm and a 2 minute from Razor. And that's the difference. That was the difference. And we now have a new car in 4th spot. But what a race this has been. Yes, it's a minimal field. Yes, it's unfortunate we've lost a few early on. But for those who've hung around for the racing, you've definitely been fed it. And to everyone that has subscribed and liked the racing tonight, thank you for doing so. I hope to bring more action like this your way. A lot more in the future. We do have F1s, F2s, and more GT Sport Leagues coming. Don't forget, I think our next scheduled race is F2 on Thursday night. So if you don't want to miss that, I suggest please hit the subscribe button so you are notified. 8:30 PM local for me. That's when it will be streamed. But anyway, we've got to get to the end of this one. We're on lap 38. And we're closing in on the end of it. And my name is Josh from Demo 1 Garage. You're watching live eSport Motor Racing here. This is the RaceOnOz Round 5 Endurance Round and the Retro Round from Bathurst. And I've been calling it all the way from start to finish, flag to flag. It looks like Keenan will win this one, but these guys have put on a great show. Hatfield is in the pits. Hatfield's coming in, his team ready, and he's got no fuel. So we're going to get a new 3rd place. There's Brian in 2nd. He's flying away. And then it's Norm in 3rd. And then Razor will now take 4th once again. As Hatfield falls down the order as the cars behind him move through. Viper Zed's up into 5th, and then it's Chopper Dog. Should get ahead of him. He will. Hatfield is still waiting. And then Groove is the only one left. So I think Hatfield is dead at the end of the field now. There he is. He's out. But let's talk about Keaton and his pace. No one's really been able to match the pace he's done. A 158.313. Let's have a look at the timing sheets for you. Hang on. We'll bring them up. Let's have a look. Oh, the leaders decided to come in. Okay, interesting. Where is 2nd place? Where is 2nd place sitting? Brian. Don't know if he's going to catch him. Just don't think he will. I don't think he will. There's Brian in 2nd. Keenan taking Phil on the right. Brian's coming around. This could be really close, actually, between the two. Keenan's being let go. Brian's still not at the front. And Keenan will retain the lead of this race. And that should be the end of it for him. Brian didn't have the pace to get out in front of Keenan there. Because if he did, he could have possibly slowed him down. The man in orange, too quick. The buffer was too large. And even after taking fuel and tyres, he kept the lead of the race. Brian F is in 2nd at the moment, and we will expect him in very shortly. Storm and Norm's in 3rd, and he's got a well-deserved 3rd. He could be in 2nd before you know it. Razor, well, he could even take 3rd once. I expect Brian to move back one. So Razor's looking like a good podium finish. But Viper Z, he's stuck with it, even after being in that big incident early on at the chase, which almost ruined a lot of people's races and chances. He's grinded away, grounded away. And look where he is. He's in 5th spot. And he could possibly take a podium before the end of the night. So that's what we like about endurance racing. You've got to be in it to win it. It doesn't matter what happens. Even if you're out early on in a big crash, something even worse could happen to your competitors later on. But Keaton, flawless. Don't think we've seen him make a mistake. He's been on the edge of the limit. He's been putting in super quick times, really consistent. And no one's really been able to keep up with him. And he's going to continue flying away with the lead of this one. He does lead the Division 1 championships. He's got 107 points at the moment. And that's going to be a lot more by the end of tonight. Brian F is in, so here we go. Second place is a lap behind Keaton with the pits. So Brian F is trying to stagger. Here comes Norm. And that will be Norm into second easily. Oh, Razor's in. All right. And Viper Z is in. So it's going to be a race between Viper Z and Norm. Sorry, Viper Z and Razor. Brian F, I think, will just disappear. There he goes. He's out onto the track. Just behind Chopper Dog. I think Chopper Dog needs to go into the pits, though. It's so hard to keep track of these guys, what they're doing. They've all got loads of free air ahead of them. Loads of it. Chopper Dog for Selby. And Brian F in fourth. In the Pagnian car. Well, these are the ones at the moment fighting for that final podium position. Chopper Dog, does he need to pit? I think he will. I think Chopper Dog will. So Brian's looking good for third or second here. Because I'd imagine Norm does need to pit once again before we hit the end of this one. But Brian is really close to the back end of Chopper Dog here. It won't be long, I don't think, before Brian is storming through, just like storming Norm. So get ready for this one, folks. This one's about to heat up before the end of it. We're about to hit close to 10 laps to go now. 13, 14. Keenan's on lap 40. So we've got 13 laps for Brian from now. Exactly now. All right. So we're coming to a close. Chopper Dog has third. Will he keep it? That is the question I don't know the answer to. I think Norm will keep second. Brian might keep fourth. Chopper Dog, if he's got enough fuel saving going on, possibly. It's unlikely, but you know, I've seen stranger things happen in races before. You can never count things out. You can absolutely never count things out. This is Hatfield in fifth. Chopper Dog's teammate. And he is about 16 seconds off, Brian. And then here we go. There's a battle between Razor and Viper Z here. So this is for championship position overall between these two. Can always count on the midfield to put on a good show. And Razor and Viper Z are doing it. Let's see what happens as we continue on with this one. Razor and Viper Z have always been swapping and changing positions here. Razor's quick across the top of the mountain. Watch this. Should be able to open up a bit of a gap. Viper Z out wide at McPhillamy. Down into the S as they go. Viper Z giving chase. But Razor looks just too quick, doesn't he? Split pit wall view for comparison here. Sort of see how Razor is doing against Viper Z. Apologies, I went quiet there for a little bit. Had to go check on something in the real world, and unfortunately I don't have a co-commentator to take over. But it does look like Razor is doing a good job of building a nice little gap for himself. Viper Z under the pump. Almost making a few mistakes down into the dipper, and I think he did. Let's have a quick look at that one. Let's have a look. Viper Z across McPhillamy. Into the S's. He cuts it a little bit too close to the inside line there, and it sends his car all off balance. And yeah, look at that. He's lost a lot of time on the back of Razor. As we go to the live pictures, Razor here looks to be just disappearing from Razor's sights. We'll be happy with that one. He's done a lot of work here. Let's get a field update as we're on lap 42. Close to 10 laps to go here. Well, 10 and a bit. With Keaton in the lead by a considerable distance. 30 seconds. That's unbelievable. Let's have a look at his last lap time. Let's have a look what he did. A 158.2. Jesus, his quickest lap of all time was a 157.238. And if you've got Gran Turismo Sport, try and match that time. You're going to be sitting there a while. You're going to have to get everything perfect. So Keaton's done a really good job of leading this race. And I'd say he's going to win it by a country mile by the time we've done exhausted all 52 laps. Chopper Dog in second. Question is, does he need to pit again? I think maybe. He might be trying to stretch his stint here, though. I just don't know. Brian's got third and Norm's got fourth. But Chopper Dog. Does he need to pit? Let's have a look. He's coming up into the pit lane now. He's going in, so he did need to pit. All right. So Brian will take second because he's not too far behind at all. So Chopper Dog was nearly empty. Norm is just at the chase, so this could be really tight between the two.